I would have first logged into the system around on Tuesday afternoon, around probably 5 or so. I was actually quite surprised to get in because in previous years it had been challenging with the website crashing, etc. So I was quite impressed initially that you were able to get in so quickly. Of course, that state of being impressed quickly soured. When I saw the marks, I wasn't particularly distraught about them. I was surprised first, and then I immediately realized that there had to be something wrong. The subjects in which I would have underperformed based on the grades that I was assigned are subjects in which I'm generally very strong. Predicted grades of a grade 1, etc. So there was clearly something wrong. So I didn't think at that time that those were the genuine marks. At first I actually thought that perhaps the system had been hacked or something like that happened. But then, having spoken to other students, then I found out that this was a problem that was occurring not only in Barbados but across the region. Essentially, where students have been receiving grades on Tuesday that are completely and totally foreign and alien from that which they have been receiving for their entire school life, and particularly in subjects in which they are generally strong and passionate about. Clearly then, this is not an accurate representation of what students are capable of doing. This has had a completely deleterious impact on the student and teacher population in Barbados. I have walked around school for 2 days now, and I have seen children upset, depressed, forlorn looking. I have seen teachers angry, confused, upset themselves. All persons in the school, really and truly, have been absolutely distraught with this. That has serious mental health consequences, particularly when we're emerging from a pandemic in which persons have been locked in their homes and all of this kind of stuff. Now to have persons their mental state being further worsened, the consequences are far-reaching, not only for mental health, but also when you look at things like people's academic journeys. I put out a statement and I said then that persons' academic journeys can be derailed by this. Persons are already overseas at university, having been conditionally accepted based on their Unit 1 results, and have now been confronted with going back to the university and showing them Unit 2 results that are far different from what was expected. Persons who have already gone off to university and who are on track for a scholarship, but based on these results cannot now get a scholarship. We have top schools in Barbados which get scholarships every year, many scholarships every year, and this year quite a few of them are, from preliminary understanding, with these results are recording no scholarships at all or no exhibitions at all. This is a truly disastrous situation. The Minister of Education has been forthright in Barbados about it, and some action ought to flow from that. Of course, the Caribbean Examinations Council is a regional body that is accountable to 15 heads of government, but some action must follow. It simply cannot obtain that the lives of students, of teachers, of parents can be so adversely affected. So CXC needs to fix this. I have heard from them earlier. I understand that they're making a statement later today. And I'm not pleased. I don't think that many people in the region are pleased. There does need to be an investigation. Every year, some students are not satisfied with their grades. But from my understanding, from teachers who have been teaching for decades, this has never happened at this scale. So there is clearly a need for an investigation of some sort. So I await hearing about how they arrived at these grades, so that a new resolution needs to be found and an investigation must be conducted by CXC. Yes, CXC is a regional institution, but it is bankrolled by taxpayers across the region. Barbados is a significant contributor of the funding to the Caribbean Examinations Council. And the response given to our Minister of Education was simply not satisfactory. I think the government is doing, or ought to be doing, what they can to bring that pressure to bear on CXC. There is now, I think, a regional consensus among students and teachers, and growingly among governments. And CXC cannot continue to operate in this manner. So I suspect that there will be a need for an internal review, and we can only hope, because this issue is time sensitive, we can only hope that that will come very soon for the students and the teachers and the parents of this country and of this region.